Today I'm gonna show you how to build a microscale Lego Star Wars habitat. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Last week I started a new series of microscale habitat with these iconic raptors in the kitchen scene from Jurassic Park, and the next movie franchise to have this treatment is gonna be Star Wars. One of the most iconic scene is, of course, with our buddy Darth Vader here, is the I am your father scene from Empire Strikes Back. Lego already released a Lego set to celebrate the 40th anniversary, I think, of the movie, the Bespin duel with the two minifigures. And today we are going to try to shrink it down into a micro scale scene. So, of course, it's going to be something in the scale of this. I mean, the same scale as this, but with a similar structure as well. So I try to keep the same frame at the bottom. This, I think, is very important because not having the tall minifigure, the habitat become a little bit too tall for micro scale. There will be too much wall to fill up. If I raise it up a little bit, it makes the scene a little bit more adjusted better to the scale. So as you can see, here I have the same black frame. I have some tiles on the side, and this time I went all with black in the center because we have a sort of big bottomless hole over here. Very simple and very straightforward beginning of the wall, but now is where it gets interesting. So here I need to create some sort of Star Wars gribbling thing. So I started to use some modified bricks to create a sort of pattern where I alternate ingots and grill pieces. I did this on both sides. And the big room they're in, is actually a rounded wall. So I needed to create something a little bit more particular over here. So this is the base structure that I created. So I have some of these inverted round plates. I have a modified brick on the side. Inside I have this bar that I can angle wherever I like, and then I'm gonna add the ingot with a stud with the hole in between so that I can regulate this at the angle that I prefer. I'm gonna fill up those gaps with some more bricks, and then I can add another grill piece here on the side. This one is in normal alignment with the rest on the outside, and this is the substructure that creates that corner. To complete that corner, I'm just gonna add a few more plates on top and a few more tiles here. So every set of 1x2, I have a plate, and then I'm gonna build up again, and this is the structure that I created for the top. So once these come all together, you can see that it becomes a lot more interesting scene. I try to alternate the patterns a little bit vertically and horizontally based on the parts that I have available in my collection. I added a couple of printed tiles just to mix it up a little bit, and I also added a couple of bright yellow at the back to create some sort of lighting coming from all these big walls in the background. Of course, perfectly in scale with the other habitat. Now, the scale of the minifigure is going to be actually a little bit bigger. Let's start from Darth Vader here. So I need to create a platform that is going to stand on top of these transparent bricks. Here I have a round plate that I extended a little bit, and then I connect this flex tube at the right angle. And then to create Darth Vader, everything started actually from this sort of cone shape piece that I'm not sure exactly how it's called. I have a regular cape that comes from the minifigure, a modified brick, and then I'm gonna connect it at the bottom with this tile and another modified brick. So here we have a pretty recognizable Darth Vader that is gonna connect over there to that anti-stud, and then we are gonna connect this at the underside of this round plate, and here we have Darth Vader. So I think it's pretty much recognizable, especially because of this part to recreate the helmet. And now a little bit more tricky was this part where I need to create Luke. So the structure is not too difficult. So I'm gonna have something coming up like this. I added a couple of modified bricks. I'm gonna add a few more details on top, and then I'm gonna come off on the side with this other construction like this. So this is what I created over here. The tough part was to recreate look. So what I did is use this medium nougat. I'm gonna connect it over there, and potentially I can also connect it at the back here to give a little bit more stronger connection. So this looks like it's holding on to the bar, and then the feet are in that side. I think it would actually work better to use dark tan. Maybe I can incline a little bit and recreate the legs in a better way, but I didn't have all the right tiles and modified plates to make everything in dark tan, so this was the next best solution. For the head, I'm using one of these bars with a stud in tan, sliding in through there. I can give a little bit of a weird inclination to make it look a little bit more natural, even though I think it's still a little bit odd, mostly because the bar doesn't allow me to go in deeper into the modified brick. I could have done something a little bit different, maybe by adding one more of these brackets going up and then twisting these two studs the other way around without the bar, but the minifigure was already getting quite tall, so you can see already compared to Darth Vader is already a similar size, and I don't want this to become way bigger than Darth Vader. One more thing is missing, is the connection over here, so this sort of small little bridge that will connect the two parts. So this is going to connect to the stud there, and here we can play a little bit with it to find the right alignment. So here we go. This is my Bespin Duel in micro scale that fit into the habitat, and you can see it works pretty well with the Jurassic Park, even though you can see the scale is quite different. Now, please let me know in the comments what other iconic scene from, not necessarily from this movie, but from any kind of movie, iconic movie scene, you would like me to try to recreate in micro scale. And if you enjoy this micro scale build, I recommend you to go and check my original series of landscape micro scale habitat, and you can find a full overview in this video over here on the left. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Ciao, ciao!